My main concern about the implications of the ban resolution and the ban treaty is that it could delegitimize nuclear deterrence before the international community is prepared to delegitimize nuclear deterrence.
Well, while in the short term there's a lot of euphoria among the 123 states and civil society that voted for this resolution at the UN General Assembly on negotiating a treaty banning nuclear weapons, in the mid to longer term, the effect will be to increase the divergences and differences between the states possessing nuclear weapons and states relying on nuclear weapons and non-nuclear weapon states. So what we really need is to have a bridging exercise so that we can all converge upon moving towards a world with fewer and then eventually no nuclear weapons.
Resolution L41 is a groundbreaking development adopted by a large majority of states. As a result of the resolution, for the first time in 20 years, multilateral negotiations on nuclear disarmament will take place, fulfilling one of the NPT's obligations. The resolution signals an important step forward and sets a new, clear objective by the majority.
I think the implications next year are relatively limited. The negotiations will at best have begun, and even in the best of worlds, those negotiations will take some time to complete. So I don't think we'll see them complete next year. The implication then is really how those who are championing the ban propose to deal with the issue at the NPT Preparatory Committee meeting in March.
Nuclear weapons, although traditionally grouped in the weapons of mass destruction category together with chemical and biological weapons, have nonetheless been traditionally treated differently, often credited with keeping the peace during the Cold War and perceived largely as something that is necessary, even though there is a desire to get rid of them eventually.
Well, the single largest implication is going to be the creation of a nuclear ban treaty. Now, this treaty may actually not disarm a single nuclear weapon. However, it is going to really challenge the fundamental premise of nuclear deterrence, particularly extended nuclear deterrence, by which I mean nuclear states, states which are under the presence of a nuclear umbrella.
Ban negotiations will now essentially make a treaty banning nuclear weapons inevitable. The question that's still open is what's going to be in that treaty, and depending on the content, we could see very different implications. A treaty that overlaps more directly or replicates existing NPT obligations on non-nuclear weapon states could have more limited ramifications, for example, on NPT review conference discussions, whereas something that goes further and takes more direct aim at NATO burden sharing arrangements or extended deterrence guarantees could have much more wide-reaching arguments surrounding it.
Well, contrary to its initial intent, I think that the ban will only exacerbate existing frustrations on nuclear disarmament, because it will be ineffective in producing tangible disarmament measures, in reducing arsenals, reducing the salience of nuclear doctrines, and in addition to that, it will probably exacerbate the polarization of the international community on the nuclear disarmament at a moment when we have challenges, security challenges abroad, and we need to do more on arms control on the basis of consensus.